This is how naval parades should be held, not in the back alleys of St. Petersburg next to painted submarines. A masterclass from the main Directorate of Intelligence of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine, whose unmanned boats were prancing on the waves near temporarily occupied Yalta on the eve of City Day. And this is no coincidence. Before the annexation of Crimea, Ukrainian ships regularly entered Yalta Bay every second Saturday of August and moored near the central embankment. And now the time has come to restore the old tradition, which is exactly what the operators of Group 13 did by holding a parade of Magura combat platforms, reminding the occupiers that Crimea is Ukraine. And to reinforce the effect after the parade, the drones attacked an occupier facility in the port of Yalta. The whole city saw a beautiful pillar of black smoke, and just before the parade in Yalta, Magura sea drones carried out another operation on the annexed peninsula. An unmanned boat delivered FPV drones to the Crimean coast, after which they flew off to hunt for Russian prey. Here is one of them, a Pantsir S-1 air defense system worth about $15 million. The Russian operators didn't suspect until the very last moment that someone was about to come knocking from above. Good evening, we are from Ukraine. These are just a few examples of a major special operation to isolate Crimea, the active phase of which has been ongoing since the beginning of May, that is, for 100 days now. Alexander Melnik analyzed what has been achieved over these 100 days.
An extreme road to Crimea.
Come on. I don't see any. What?
How the occupied Ukrainian peninsula ended up on the verge of isolation.
I have no idea what we're supposed to do. Everyone is running, everyone is leaving.
What finally killed the local resort season there?
Seriously, fuck, no dairy products at all.
And how much closer have we gotten to the deoccupation of Crimea?
Close to actually considering the return of Crimea.
Now that's an adrenaline rush.
Almost all roads to Crimea look like this now.
Come on, guys, there are 3 units burning here.
And Crimean beaches are increasingly resembling the coast of Gelendzhik in Krasnodar, where actual drones are falling on the heads of vacationers. It's nothing short of a new pastime for the Russian military, as they are deploying anti-aircraft systems right between the lounge chairs. And this is Russian tourists being evacuated from Yalta, where Ukrainian guests paid a visit to the port.
And these guys are shooting. Can you imagine? People are walking on the promenade over there and they're shooting.
Crimea, which the Kremlin has called the safest rear area for 11 years, is no longer that. The defense forces are methodically taking out everything that helps Russia wage war: military airfields, ammunition depots, air defense systems, logistics hubs, and fuel reserves.
It's killing.
Ukrainian strikes are becoming increasingly systematic. Their goal is not just to destroy a specific target, but to make the occupation of Crimea as costly as possible for Russia.
Because if you look at it from a military perspective, from the point of view of what we are doing, I would say that we have never been this close to actually considering the return of Crimea before the end of the war as part of negotiations within the framework of ending the war. We haven't been this close before.
And the biggest blow today is falling not even on military depots, but on logistics. The so-called land corridor to Crimea, through which Russia supplies fuel, ammunition, and equipment, is increasingly coming under attack by Ukrainian drones.
Come on. Man, this is such an adrenaline rush.
But the Russian truck driver still continues to play Russian roulette. If you get lucky, you make money. Whereas before, he was making 200,000 rubles a month.
One run is 400, 450. It's just the truck drivers have hit the jackpot. There's no other way to put it. I mean, thanks to our defense forces.
And these apocalyptic shots are from that very corridor used to transport fuel to Crimea. After the tanker genocide from Magyar's birds in the Black Sea, this is the only way to deliver gasoline to the peninsula. So they're gouging for transporting tankers.
Our sources said that for fuel trucks, it reached up to 1 million rubles one way.
The most popular brands of gasoline haven't been seen in Crimea for months now.
Also empty. The columns for 92 and 95 octane are at 0.
First the gasoline disappears, then the delivery costs go up, and along with it, literally everything on the store shelves. Meat and frozen food prices have almost tripled. There's no dairy on the shelves.
There's absolutely no F***ing dairy at all.
A liter of Jankoi milk in a bottle, 3.2%, is 190 rubles. Why not 500?
Although just a year ago, prices in Crimea were cheaper than in Russia.
A shortage has emerged, the likes of which haven't been seen since World War II. Sugar is being rationed at 3 kilograms per person, and oil is being given at 3 liters per person. There is a shortage of buckwheat. There is a shortage of milk and dairy products.
Buying goods online in Crimea is almost impossible. Sellers on Russian online stores either block or ignore orders from the peninsula. And the Ozon platform went even further. Apparently, they consider Crimea to be Ukraine.
Just yesterday, Ozon was delivering its products to Crimea and Sevastopol, and today it turns out that Sevastopol is not territory of the Russian Federation. How interesting, right? Everywhere, there are just generators.
But the biggest problem isn't even shopping, it's everyday life. The hum of generators has become the new soundtrack of Crimean cities. The power goes out for days, and sometimes even for weeks. Following it, the internet, connection, water, and gas.
There's still no power. We're getting by as best we can.
Crimea is increasingly resembling a field camp, not a resort. Instead of cafes, they're field kitchens. Instead of restaurants, gas stoves.
I don't know. I even came to Cyprus for a bit.
And how else? You yourselves wanted stones from the sky. Meanwhile, on Kremlin channels, they're teasing Crimeans. Why do you need electricity if you have food with a smoky flavor?
These are mobile units that run on fireway. No gas or electricity needed. Food cooked over an open fire smells like smoke.
There's no power, but you hang in there.
There are no fair schedules today that would, correspond to the regions, that is, to people's needs. And in the near future, there won't be any fair ones in this case.
On social media, Crimeans have even launched a new flash mob. They aren't taking pictures of the sea or sunsets, but of their electricity meter readings. Because for many, the return of power is the event of the day.
It's been 6 days since we've been without electricity, without water, and practically without any connection. We conducted an experiment with rainwater. The experiment was a success.
For 3 weeks now, Crimeans have been charging their cell phones in stores, buying generators, and cooking on portable gas stoves. Simply put, they're remembering long-forgotten ways of surviving.
In the comments and among our loved ones, the most popular question is, how do we do laundry? Friends, I understand that living in civilization you've forgotten, but I'll remind you of such a wonderful method as washing in a basin.
And this, experts say, is just the beginning, because the problem has long since ceased to be just about inconveniences. If Crimea continues to remain cut off from logistics, the next thing to start shutting down will be business, and following that, the economy of the entire peninsula.
It's just going to drag on and on and on. The stalling of the economy will lead to the shedding of jobs, and shedding jobs means unemployment. Unemployment, we all know what that leads to. Either you go into the army or, well, I don't know. What else can you do? Well, in other words, it's all just beginning.
Back in the day, in August, there wasn't even room to spread out a towel here. Today, you can't find any tourists. Empty beaches, empty hotels. Instead of umbrellas, there are concrete fortifications.
There it is, Sunset Beach, all the little houses, and there's absolutely nothing left of them.
The occupiers, who just a few years ago were rejoicing at Crimea's return to its home harbor, are now fleeing back to Russia in droves.
I have no idea what we're supposed to do. Everyone is running, everyone is leaving, everyone is scattering, everyone is afraid of the shelling.
So military experts are advising Russians not to wait until the situation gets even worse, but to flee while the Crimean bridge still exists.
We need to give these people who have arrived there from Russia for vacation right now the opportunity to leave, to have escape routes.
If we are going to carry out an operation to liberate, to deoccupy Crimea, then a large number of civilians, well, why would we need that? Let them flee.
Well, and currently the demilitarization of Crimea is in full swing. There's still plenty of targets.
I hope that we will simply take out the port infrastructure. Before that, from the point of view of logistical strikes, the railway there isn't working anyway. Well, and the bridges still remain after all.
However, Crimea still remains one of Russia's main military staging grounds. But with every new strike, holding it becomes increasingly expensive. The peninsula, which the Kremlin called its main victory, is gradually turning into its biggest problem. And it seems this process is only gaining momentum.